And Instagram can be toxic as well. So why just keep creating toxic platforms? So find us on social media and be sure to watch the show on YouTube, Softball's Faith Academy YouTube page. All right, so let me get to some of those attributes that I mentioned a couple of minutes ago. Self-confidence, motivation. These are some of the attributes that an athlete needs to achieve that higher level of success. And a lot of these, by the way, that I'm going to say, and I'll get your point on this in a second after I read them off, but a lot of these are in your control. Actually, all of them, I would think, are in your control. Self-confidence, motivation, self-discipline, optimism, acceptance of criticism. This is from imgacademy.com, by the way. IMG very well. Poise, focus, resiliency, accountability. So those are all the things. And we talked about accountability last week. Go back to the archives and listen to that, episode 45. But again, I think the hardest, some of the hardest ones on that list are first three: self-confidence, motivation, and self-discipline. It's very hard to be self-disciplined. It's at least, I don't think it's as hard as people make it out to be, but it's hard to create a plan where you can be more self-disciplined. Once you get into that routine, it becomes a little bit easier. But self-confidence and motivation, those things could be fleeting. I know people like to say they're motivated all the time. Not the case. It's not true. And self-confidence obviously can be very fleeting as well.
Right. Well, I think that's why those are so key, and probably 1 and 2, because people have this misconception that the best of the best are just confident all the time. And it's not that. It's that even when their confidence wavers, they work extremely hard to get it back to where it needs to be. So yeah, maybe when you encountered them at the end of their road, at the end of their process, if you will, to success, they appear like their confidence doesn't waver at all. However, you're seeing the result of so many days and weeks and months and years of doubting, and then working so hard to eradicate that doubt, whether it's through any journaling, working with a professional, whatever it may be. It is so many hours, weeks, like I said, and months of just working hard at that one thing. And I think sometimes, as a sports community, we've accepted the physicality of it. Like, of course, that person didn't get there overnight. They're not just naturally talented, but the mental side, I think a lot of us still think, oh, some people just mentally have it or they don't. Not that this is a process that is worked on just as much, if not more, than the physical side of the game.